coach, it's almost February, and the net rankings like you at the moment in the top 30. Do you personally follow that much, and do you care if your team follows it at all?
Yeah, I mean, we are focused on the net because obviously every decision that we've made with putting together a schedule is with that in mind, trying to play against teams that are going to help our net rankings and help show that we are not afraid to challenge ourselves at a high level. And so I think that is a testament to what we did in our non-conference schedule and what the Big Ten consists of as far as competitive teams. And so something that we are paying attention to. We know it's a big part of our resume when the time comes right. But right now, even though we're cognizant of that and it's something we've paid attention to, our focus just remains, kind of put the blinders on and lock in on what needs to happen to be able to beat Purdue on Wednesday.
Amy, how have you seen your players respond in practice coming off those 2 losses?
I'm thrilled to see the response of not only players in practice coming and talking and working hard and trying to find ways to elevate their game, but players that are in the offices, in with the assistant coaches, in with me, watching film, talking, having discussions about, ways to continue to improve, the commitment to coming in and getting extra shots up and getting extra work in outside. They've stayed really diligent to that, and they continue to be motivated to work towards becoming the best team we are capable of becoming and continuing to elevate that bar for us.
What makes this Purdue team, I guess, dangerous? They've not been on a losing streak, but they've competed with some really good teams.
Yeah, well, what makes them dangerous, it starts with Janae Terry. And, there's a guard who has played a ton of minutes in the Big Ten Conference. She never gets rattled. She's had multiple triple doubles, so that shows you the way that she affects ball games. I think she plays at her pace. She very rarely gets sped up. Because of that, she has such an impact for her team. She makes everybody around her better. Against Indiana, she had 7 offensive rebounds. I'm pretty sure several of those offensive rebounds led to kick-out threes from players like Madison Layden, who, oh, by the way, just leads the Big Ten in three-point field goal percentage. And so now you're talking about another fifth-year senior who is a prolific three-point shooter and a very good scorer for their team. And then you've got Abby Ellis, who is just a, spark plug for their whole entire team. She can score it, she can defend, she can do all things. So you've got some, Caitlin Harper anchors them inside, a fifth-year senior that's down there in the block. So when you're looking at all these fifth-year senior that are very experienced players, that's what makes their team incredibly dangerous, and they can beat anybody on any given night. Right now, we're just keeping our blinders on and staying focused on the one at hand. And, I think if we start getting into that habit of trying to look at stringing things together and what comes next and stuff, we maybe lose focus on what we really want to control, and that is just being the best team we can be tomorrow against Purdue to be able to get that win, and then we'll worry about the rest after. Yeah, there's a lot of really good Australian players playing in our league right now. Michigan has a couple of really good Australian players, and Purdue, and so obviously it's something that has been really good to us, and we've had some really talented players from there, and are going to continue to look to recruit that as we like their brand of basketball.
Coach, when it comes to Maddie Kroll, one of your senior staples, her number's not necessarily what they have been in the past, but what does she do to still earn your trust out there that you let her start?
Yeah, Maddie is just a great leader for our team. She's a very, very vocal player. She has the respect of all of her teammates, and so it's something where Maddie is just a player that, regardless of if she's in the starting lineup or not, if she's over on the bench or not, whatever her minutes are, she's finding ways to positively impact things for our team with just the way she leads and communicates and listens to, and also communicates with the rest of our team.
And she's also pretty strong away from the court in the classroom as well. I mean, what can you say about Maddie Kroll, the person? She wants to work with youth someday. I mean, what can you say about Maddie Kroll?
Maddie is just an incredibly high achiever, and I can't wait to see everything that she accomplishes in her lifetime and career, because she's a high achiever, but never loses sight of putting relationships first. And that's the reason why she has such an impact for our team, is she's made an investment to have individual relationships with each one of her teammates, and they respect her, listen to her, and her ability to impact is much greater because of her commitment to that.
Maybe there's going to be a scholarship awarded tomorrow, and it's going to go to Allison Leitner. Can you update us on how she's doing physically, and then what have you seen out of her from an emotional and mental standpoint? Because during the game, she seems to still have a pretty joyful spirit about her.
She does have a joyful spirit. I couldn't be more pleased with the way that Allison has approached the hurdles and challenges that have kind of come her way, and that is I know from my own personal experience of going through a really significant knee injury as an athlete myself, and the emotional challenges that come from that, and how hard it is to keep your spirit up and to continue to stay so plugged in and engaged. But I think she's really made the most of her circumstances and situation, and she continues to be just a lively spirit for us on our team and on our bench. But I think she's also maximizing, utilizing, learning about the game, and really becoming a higher IQ player by what she's seeing over there on the sidelines. And kind of, I think she does a great job of staying plugged in with our staff and just being able to communicate about, what situations in the game warrant different play calls, different ideas, defensively, and really challenging herself that way. Her and I have found a way to, she just surpassed kind of her 3-month kind of anniversary of this second surgery, and each month we just kind of celebrate those milestones together, and it's something that just keeps us focused on what's coming, and not what she's trudging through right now. But I think she's just done an amazing job of just attacking that, being a great teammate, and really trying to find ways to continue to get better through it. And she's doing that through film and everything else that she's done.
She's on track physically.
Yeah, she's great.
Amy, Saturday's game against Iowa, the numbers are up, was the most watched women's basketball game ever on the Big Ten Network. What does that tell you about the support for women's basketball and women's sports in general as it continues to grow, and another Nebraska team being a part of another record?
Yeah, I just smile about that, because number one, it never gets old to be at a place like Nebraska where women's sports are celebrated, and where we continue to have the opportunity to be a part of record-setting things. And to be at Volleyball Day today, or this year, you feel like the emotions that come from that, and then all of a sudden it's like you're walking out, and we're gonna sell out Pinnacle Bank Arena, and we're playing in front of sellout crowds. We're having people tell me that it's the most watched game on Big Ten Network ever. Those kinds of things. I just feel honored to be a part of that, and I think there's a lot of special things and people that go into making those kinds of things happen. And we've had a lot of trailblazers in our sport that have kind of broke the glass to where we now can just rise through. And I think there's just a lot of people to thank, and it makes me incredibly grateful to be doing this right now at Nebraska and in the Big Ten Conference with all the things that we're able to do. Yeah, we're really hopeful that she'll be able to play tomorrow, and it's kind of a day-to-day type of injury, and so we're going to just think positively, Drake.
Anything else for Coach Williams?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have Alexis Markowski in a moment.
on here with Alexis Markowski. Questions for Lex?
Alexis, how have you seen this group kind of respond to those two losses in the following days?
Yeah, we had Sunday off, and I think a lot of us reflected on the things we need to do better and came in Monday ready to work. I thought we had a really good practice yesterday, focused the whole time. We watched a lot of film, and people were very receptive to what we need to work on and what we did good. And I just thought we really took on practice yesterday, and it was very competitive and fun and a lot of energy. So.
What kind of challenges do we present, especially in the front court? You've got a 6-year player.
Yeah, they have a lot of old players, and with that comes experience. They're in the tournament last year, so they're a good team. They rebound well, and they like to press, so handling the press will be very important, and rebounding.
You guys are still in decent shape in the net rankings. Do you personally follow them?
Yes, obviously, I'm always aware of kind of where we're sitting in the net, and also just predictions for the tournament and stuff, but our main mindset is just to go 1-0 in our next game, and that's what we're going to keep striving for. So.
When it comes to your teammate Maddie Kroll, what stands out about her on the court, off the court?
Yeah, I've really got to know Maddie really well over these last 2 years. We obviously played against each other in high school, but she's just a go-getter. She's tough, and she really understands what each of us on our team needs, and she just has such a good connection with everyone on our team, and she's someone I look to when I need advice or just feedback on what I need to do better. But she does bring a lot to this team, and especially on the defensive end, she really organizes our defense, especially in transition, and I just love playing with her.
Coach was saying how she kind of goes out of her way when she got here to have a relationship with each individual teammate. Have you noticed that, and how much does that mean to you that she came in as a transfer and really wanted to be a part of this culture?
Yeah, obviously coming in as a transfer when the team is pretty much built, it can be challenging, but she just really took it upon herself, especially this last year, just coming up with sister dates, and each week we would get paired with a different teammate and go do something fun, and that was Maddie's idea that she brought to the table, and it was really fun, and I felt like we all really connected individually with each other, and it just started with Maddie Kroll. So.
Alexis, you guys have only had one home game over the past couple of weeks, and still while you guys are on semester break, how excited are you guys to get back on your home court, and students are now in session, and be a part of the spring semester routine that you're in?
Yeah, it's really nice to be back home, especially 2 games in a row, and with school starting as well, our schedules get a little more hectic, so it's nice to be home for a whole week. But yeah, it's so much fun playing at Pinnacle Bank Arena with your home fans, and it definitely brings an advantage, and we've kind of struggled on the road, so being back home should be fun.
Alexis, Saturday's game against Iowa was the most watched women's basketball game ever on Big Ten Network. How cool is it to see those numbers continue to grow, and the support and viewership that continues to follow?
Yeah, it's really fun to be a part of it. Just with Caitlin Clark and the attention that she brings to not only the Big Ten, but women's basketball is pretty fun to be a part of and amazing to watch. And even just playing at Iowa was sold out crowd, it gets really loud. We were practicing, the coaches had put applause, loud cheering on the speakers while we were practicing to prepare us for that environment. And it's really fun to play in, and something I dreamed of doing. So.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you.